Hello and thank you for joining us on ERi-TV. This is English news broadcast live from the headquarters in Asmara at exactly 10:30 p.m. local time. First, the top stars. Activity assessment meeting of National Agricultural Research Center. HIV/AIDS infection declines by over 60%. Uganda declares end of Ebola after 4-month outbreak. Deadly suicide blast outside Afghan Foreign Ministry in Kabul. The National Agricultural Research Center of Ministry of Agriculture held annual activity assessment meeting on 10th January. At the meeting, report was presented focusing on conservation and reconstruction of genetic resources, research on water, soil and fertilizers, as well as forestry resource, improvement of strategic crop biotechnology, improvement of livestock gene, as well as agricultural engineering and achievements so far registered. Mr. Tsagay Berhane, head of the center, said that preservation of indigenous livestock breeds, development of disease-resistant crops, vegetables and fruits through tissue cultures, as well as supply of improved crop seeds were among the program that were provided due attention in 2022. Mr. Tsagay further noted that the improved crop seeds that have been distributed to farmers have registered encouraging results. Research and processing is being conducted on alternative animal fodder and imitative is being taken to identify select chickens for cross-breeding. The participants conducted extensive discussion on the report presented and adopted various recommendations, including on price increase on fodder technology, as well as for reinforced research on improved vegetables and fruit seeds. In this closing remark, Mr. Arafai Berha, Minister of Agriculture, indicating that the National Agricultural Research Center, in conducting encouraging research activities, said that since research requires utmost capacity, due attention will be provided to the development of human resource of the center. Minister Arafai also called for providing due attention to conservation and reconstruction of genetic resources, compost natural fertilizers, development and introduction of improved sweet potato, as well as introduction of modern way of farming. At an activity assessment meeting, the Ministry of Health branch in the Central Region conducted on 10th and 11th January, it was reported that in the past 5 years, HIV/AIDS infection in the region has declined by 64%. According to the report presented at the meeting, the number of HIV/AIDS infection that was 1.1% in 2017 has declined to 0.4% in 2022. Indicating that cervical cancer vaccination program carried out at national level was 98% successful. Dr. Mulugeta Haile, head of the Ministry of Health branch in the region, said that other non-communicable diseases have also significantly been reduced. Dr. Mulugeta further noted that in 2022, no death due to delivery at health facilities has been reported and prenatal treatment has increased by 62%. Commending the activity carried out in 2022, Mrs. Amna Nur Hussein, Minister of Health, called for double-fold effort for the implementation of program of 2023. Nurse Fisahaya Haile, Governor of the Central Region, on his part, called for the sustainability of environmental sanitation activity in the city of Asmara with a view to prevent communicable disease that could occur due to lack of sanitation. In the Central Region, there are 26 health stations, 6 health centers, 3 community hospitals, and 1 regional referral hospital. Week of Youth Workers Organization in Asab Subzone commenced on 10th January in the port city of Asab under the theme Nurturing Competent Youth, Responsibility of All. At the opening event, in which a number of youth workers and heads of various institutions took part, Mr. Osman Abdul Qadir, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the southern Red Sea region, indicating on the significance of the week in the development of productivity and influence of the youth workers, called for strengthened participation in the implementation of development programs, pointing out that the youth workers that will be underway for a month will feature sports and educational contests, seminars, and tour to historical sites. Mr. Osman expressed expectation that the program will have significant contribution in developing competitiveness and unity of the youth workers. The youth workers organization in Asab Zone comprises about 800 youth from several government institutions. International news follows after a short break. Stay tuned. Uganda has declared the end of a nearly 4-month Ebola outbreak it struggled briefly to contain, but was then able to swiftly bringing under control despite the absence of a proven vaccine against the viral strain in question. Health Minister Jane Ruth Aking said on Wednesday that they have successfully controlled the spread of Ebola in Uganda during a ceremony to mark the outbreak's end. The outbreak killed 55 of 143 people infected since September, according to Health Ministry figures. 6 of the people who died were health workers. In the early weeks of the outbreak, cases spread beyond the epicenter of Mubende, 150 kilometers west of the capital Kampala, to several other districts, including Kampala. The World Health Organization says a country needs to pass 42 days to watch the maximum incubation period after the last confirmed case for it to be declared Ebola-free. Wednesday's declaration followed Uganda's completion of that timeline. In December 2022, Uganda discharged its last known Ebola patient from hospital, and President Yoweri Museveni lifted all Ebola-related movement restrictions. At least 20 people have been killed after a suspected suicide bomber killed himself outside the foreign ministry in Kabul in the second major attack in the Afghan capital this year. According to Taliban officials, Ustad Faridum, an official at least Taliban-run information minister, told Reuters that the bomber had planned to enter the foreign ministry but failed. He added that at least 20 people were killed and many others injured in the blast. A photo of the area confirmed by official sources showed at least 9 people wounded or killed lying outside the ministry as security forces attended to them. Kabul Police Chief Spokesman Khalid Zadran said security teams have been deployed to the site. He put the death toll at 5. The blast hit about 4 p.m. local time on Wednesday. He added Taliban foreign and interior minister officials have yet to comment on the deadly explosion. Abdullah Bahir, a lecturer at the American University of Afghanistan in Kabul, said that the discrepancies in casualties figures are troubling and that they have seen the Taliban do this before, so it does not help the security of the city to deny numbers of the actual casualties. Now we have a quick review of the top stories. Activity assessment meeting of the National Agricultural Research Center. HIV/AIDS infection declines by over 60%. Uganda declares end of Ebola after 4-month outbreak. Deadly suicide blast outside Afghan Foreign Ministry in Kabul. It was me, Salim Barhana, with the news for tonight. Thank you for being with us.